that Coley will dive in me and we both get out.
All right, well, let's start with that. First, welcome back, everyone. Again, with me, Joe and Dylan.
Hello.
And joining us, we have got Billy, who, as it stands, does win the race in Spain. However, the safety car issue with Coley, where he got the 5-second penalty for the contact between himself and Kiwi, that is under review. And if the stewards decide to take that penalty away, does mean Billy will move down into second, which, in my opinion, may be very, very harsh considering the brilliant race Billy drove. Billy, tell us, let's just wind back to the start of the race. You started on the medium tyres. It looked to be a bit of a shaky getaway.
First of all, cheers, mate. Yeah, it was a pretty harsh race. In the quali, I was thinking not to exit, but to go from the back of the grid. But then I was still hoping that in the last minutes I will get that position, get that last second to get my fastest lap, my hot lap.
Yeah.
But then in the race was there in the first lap it was something like, I don't know who was in behind me, that was diving in
The very first lap off the grid, or
what?
was that the very first lap off the grid? Are you referencing here?
Yes, in the first lap. Yes.
So behind you had Slander, I believe, or he was quite far back, and then you had Kyrax. It was either one of those two.
I think it could have been Webster or Pinty.
Webster.
Yes, Webster.
Oh,
I do remember you going side by side. I think you took the outside line on that one.
I was side by side with him. Yeah,
So,
nice.
fast forward in a few laps, you managed to hold off Webster. I think Pinty in the end was challenging you. You exchanged positions a few times.
Yes, you lose the car.
You both kept it clean. Was that hard? Keep him off Pinty. At what point did it start to get a little bit easier as the mediums sort of came into play, as the softs were going off? What sort of lap did you find it was a little bit easier to drive away from Pinty?
I think in the 8th lap, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the same lap Pinty pitted, was it not, Dylan?
Yes.
Yeah, so I see.
I was sure he will be pitting faster than me, and there I was pretty smart at that move, I think.
I thought you played a very smart race there. You stuck to your strategy, and it's paid off. Regardless of whether you finish first, you keep the victory, or you are moved down to second. I gotta say, I think it's paid off. So after that, me and Dylan were having a little discussion in the commentary, and Dylan, I think you were saying Billy is probably going to try and hold out for a safety car.
Yeah, I've had to say that. Billy, was you listening to my advice in the stream, or
I was.
You was.
Yes.
See, this is my point. Red Bull Mercedes, just the Discord chat. Just come and send me a message.
Okay.
You're pimping yourself out tonight, aren't you, mate?
See, my racing may not be there, so I've got to make up for it somewhere else. So the strategy.
I just want to say, overall, if I go second and Macaulay got that decision from the stewards to remove his 5 seconds penalty, it's fine for me. Okay? There's no problem. He's good. He's fast. He's faster than me.
I say you have nothing to feel ashamed for anything, because the race that you put in was brilliant, because you saved off Pinty and you just kept on pushing on. So you should be proud of what you got.
Even after getting took over, you came back at Pinty multiple times.
Yeah.
Very easy to lose your composure and be too aggressive, make a mistake, but you kept it calm. Moving on to the incident, though, we saw in the chat afterwards you weren't happy at all with Cody's driving and
that
some
dive.
late moves.
Yes, that last move in that last lap, he was he had that 5 second penalty, and I was thinking to let him beside me. Was that to let him beside me in T1, but not to let him pass me. But he made that move, and I was a little scared not to make contact with him. That's why I left him.
Do you think it was too much? Do you think it was too much from Coley, or do you think it was hard racing? I mean, it's probably a redundant question. Seeing your
it was a
reaction to
Verstappen move. It was a Verstappen move.
Oh, in that case, I'm not on Billy's side.
I gotta say my affiliations like Max as well, but I call it fair. I think what makes it harsher. I think what makes it harsher is, like we've said multiple times throughout the commentary in this interview, you drove so brilliantly. It's almost it will be like at the moment it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but it will be like a heartbreaking episode of EastEnders. And I'm not saying for the storyline, I'm saying for the tragic acting. It will be a sad, sad end.
I said no matter way it goes, whoever finishes in P2 is unfortunate because Cody was putting in a brilliant race. I kept on going with the fast laps and fast lap. But Billy just took to a strategy and just kept on going with that in the same way. So it's going to be like unfortunate either way.
It's a bit like the young whippet against the wily old fox.
I too think like you guys about Macaulay. He is fast.
Yeah. I think if we're looking at it now and what's been said in the chat, I think it probably will be removed, which is it's sad because like I said, you did drive absolutely brilliant, Billy, and it was. I think if it was any other driver than Coley, I think you would have been staying on top spot.
I don't know.
Well, we think so.
Yeah,
I think we said multiple times.
It is really unlucky.
But anyway, thank you, Billy, for coming and giving your thoughts. Obviously, it's frustrating, very frustrating, and we do sympathise with you.
My pleasure, guys.
Just a quick word on the next race at Singapore.
Okay.
How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, for me, it's a race like no other Singapore. I like it. Like I like Azerbaijan.
Yeah, I got to admit, I've not done many laps at all on Singapore. So, Dylan, you best take the lead here and give us your expert advice.
I will have to be more careful in Singapore.
Yeah, that is the one main thing with Singapore. At least with Spain, if you're going off the track slightly, there is like gravel traps and stuff there to protect you. With Singapore, if you take it slightly wide on the one corner, that is your front wing gone, possibly.
Yeah.
It is very, very
sure.
Tight. And then with the
guys, I've just been made aware it's Austria next round, not Singapore. Apologies there.
Right then, Austria. I thought you were saying anyway.
So that means you'll be racing at Austria as well, Dylan. Come on, mate. I know you've got all these races on your calendar in your bedroom at home.
Yeah, they're just all in the wrong order.
I bet you've probably got a framed picture of Coley, haven't you, by your bedside?
Well,
I've got Billy in my little pendant. So on that note, Billy, Austria, how are you feeling about that one?
Austria, it's a race for cutting, guys, not for F1. I don't know. I don't like Austria very much because it's a pretty little race, pretty little track.
I feel like I know what he means, but you feel like it's way too short. It's like a go-kart.
In my opinion, I don't want to be rude.
No, I can't accuse you of being rude at any point. You've been very
it's not being rude to us, it's being rude to the FIA, so we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. We'll allow that. We're a dodgy bunch.
No, I don't care about the
FIA. Do you think, Billy, there's going to be a few more dive bombs from Cody on that track, especially the what should really be 2 and 2, but as we know is 2 and 3? Surely that's got to be a big opportunity for a dive bomb there. We could potentially see a few collisions. I mean, in fairness of how close it went today, we didn't have one collision, which I think we said we were quite surprised about.
Yeah, that's it. because the first race there was many, so
there was,
it did calm down quite a lot.
And there was a lot of spinners in qualifying in both sessions, I noticed.
Yeah, I don't think that's down to the race. I think that's just down to Spain being one of the toughest circuits on the whole thing. Like, it's really hard.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like we said, that turn two curb is lethal. Yeah. But Billy, I think we watched a few of your on boards. Turn 2, you looked very comfortable picking up some curb.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to push the pedal.
Good man, I hope so. I don't think you'd be in the discussion for first otherwise. But right, we're going to call it there. Billy, thank you for joining us. And as we said, we think the penalty is going to be removed. So commiserations, but also what an effort for second. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, guys.
You did a terrific race. You kept calm. You were composed, and it was a joy to watch that one. So all the best in Austria next week, mate.
Yeah, next week.
Take it easy. Right, Dylan. Now that we know.
All right, guys.
See you, Billy. Take care, mate.
Goodbye.
See you guys. Cheers. Have a good
Dylan,
night.
now we know it's Austria next round.
And I got it wrong. Yeah, so my apologies.
That's all right, mate. What are we going for predictions? Let's quickly just round this off with a top 3.
So Austria, it's pretty much just all about raw pace. Like there's no like really like delicate corners that you need to be careful around. It's just about going flat out as quick as you can.
Turn 3.
Yeah,
that may catch out one.
It's just about getting your braking zone right. So maybe people may try to dive up the inside, but
I think there will be.
It's a pretty simple, straightforward circuit. So I'd say with that in mind, and where Billy drives with caution, I'm going to go with Cody. Is the favourite on that circuit.
Yeah. 100%. I'd agree with that. I'm backing Billy for second because of how little mistakes and how consistent he is. He's still got. That's not to say he hasn't got good pace. He's still got very good pace.
Yeah, he has got very good pace, but
qualifying third on the mediums.
Yeah, like that is extremely good. But bear in mind, Cody was a second quicker on his fastest lap in the race and also in qualifying, so that can't be brushed aside at all.
No, that's not just coincidence.
No, not
that is raw pace and a lot of it. And third, who's your money on?
There wasn't really an outstanding, because I know there was a few people in qualifying who showed very strong pace. So, like, Slander at the start was doing very well. And there was a few others coming forward, like Titzel Witzel was quite up there. He was one of our favourites.
There are a few mistakes. If he didn't have a few mistakes, he could have definitely got into the top 5, I think.
He did send me a message after, because him and Pinty are friends, and I was actively speaking. He said, like, they didn't have the best race that they could have had, which I do, like, feel unfortunate for.
I was going to mention Pinty. The two I was going to mention for third. Now, this may be a little bit of a surprise shout. I think, before I mention my 2, Duncan Donuts. What a name that is. I thought until his spin, he was showing. Yeah, he was showing he could stick to the cars in front, despite being in the dirty air.
Are you aware where Duncan qualified? Because I'm not too sure. It wasn't.
What I am going to start doing is taking a photo of the qualifying for the race, and then the race results, so we can talk a little bit more in discussion about it. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. They were, well, like you just said, they didn't have the best of the race, and they still, I think, did a steady race. It was still good pace. But on that,
I feel like 1 and 2, it's not like definitely like cemented, but I feel like the 1 and 2, the battle there is on between Biddy and Cody. However, then for third, there's a lot of people who fit into that category of who could possibly push to third.
It's open. It is open.
Very open.
Is it Slander who was in the McLaren?
Yeah, Slander.
Sorry, yeah. He was looking, because I think he started P6, he moved up a position to P5, and I think he was P4 temporarily. I
know in the end he did DNF.
But as we've said multiple times tonight, Spain curbs are lethal. You don't need to give it a second opportunity.
Yeah. Austria will show us who is the quickest out of the bunch. And I feel like qualifying there, as long as there is no misfortunes along the way, that will show us the very clear order of the pace, like down the grid.
Yeah, because tyre wear as well, I think, has minimal effect at Austria.
Yeah, whereas Spain, it's just the curbs are deadly. The tyres go after 2 laps. Like it's a very hard track to manage everything.
It is. You've got to drive a very sensible race.
Definitely.
Right, we're going to wrap it up there for the second time tonight, and actually get some sleep now for work in the morning. Oh. Well, never know, mate. We're doing this full time, and we don't have to go to work in the morning.
Yep, there we go. You know,
but
right. Replacing Crofty.
Oh, definitely, mate. I think you're a good Brundle as well. Have you got more hair than Brundle on?
What was that? Sorry.
Have you got more hair than Brundle? I do hope you have.
Decently. I'd hope it's still there at the age of 20. Like, I wouldn't want it to be going.
I would hope not as well. That'd be a bit alarming, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, on that bombshell, as JC would say, take it easy, guys. And cut. Sound. Right. I'm going to just have a little quick time file, mate, and then I'm going to get off myself. Banned.
Oh, Kiwi's been in here the whole time.
Have a good listen, Kiwi. There you are, mate. We should, we'll try and get a few more. Hopefully, a few more people will want to have a little say.
I want to get Cody in him and make him start.
I do as well. I'd love to see what his opinion on it is. I can see both sides of it. Like,
did you see what actually happened? Because I don't have a clue. Like, I know it was on when there was overtaking job, but we was looking at. I don't know if it was the Duncan situation or people behind like Webber and Pinty and stuff like that. What was going on?
What with Cody and Billy?
Yeah, because like Billy, I think something happened on like the last lap with him, but I don't have a clue.
Basically, you know the dive Coley did on the previous lap?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a few laps before. It was literally even later than that. And I think Billy had to take a piece of action. As he was turning, then Coley was still braking.
See, it's unfortunate that's fair racing, though, isn't it?
Because I think he stayed within the lines. I mean, he would have maybe got a warning, but I think he did stay within the lines. It was so late. I mean, I can see why Billy may have been
a bit
annoyed. Yeah, but ultimately, it is sort of a Verstappen-esque where it's aggressive, very, very close to the limit, but ultimately, no contact was made. Fair racing. But man, I am gutted for Billy though, because he did drive really fast.
Oh no, he did all right.
Got to be gutted for him. There was a gamble as well, starting the mediums.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand his strategy. What he was trying to say, because I know he said he wanted to start from the back, and I was a bit like, huh? No, because he didn't set a lap, I swear, from the start. Or did he, was his very first lap on the mediums, or, like...
Yeah, his first lap was on the mediums. He didn't go out to the end. I think that's why he took us by surprise.
I don't get, I don't get his strategy beforehand, because he wanted to start back, so he started the race on the mediums.
I think he was maybe anticipating an incident. Like, to be fair, there was a virtual safety car straight away, wasn't there?
No. No,
or was it in your race? No, it was in your race.
My race does the virtual safety car off the bat. And then that ended. And then No, then so far into about 10 laps in, I caused the safety car when I spun out and went into the wall.
Yeah. Did you DNF there, or did you just get your front wing nabbed?
No, DNF, because basically, the hill, I was struggling my tyres, because even before the race, about 10 minutes before, I didn't have a settle. I was just going around Spain trying to work out what was the best, time trials, and I still didn't have nothing that I liked. So
are you on wheel or controller?
Controller.
That's harder as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, is everyone in this league like normally on wheels and stuff like that?
I'd say if they're in, I'm not sure. I think there's like a 50-50 split as you go up the leagues. I think it's more wheel.
Yeah.
I'm wheel, but I'm not very good. Don't forget, I don't play with any traction control, any assist at all. Fucking hard. But yeah, I think it's about a 50-50 split.
So I need to get a wheel.
Yeah, get a wheel, man.
How much are they for like a decent one?